Killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? I don't know the fuck you think they play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I fucked you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
Nobody thought things would escalate this fast. Behind the scenes at the first official face-to-face between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, the mood shifted quickly. What started as a standard promotional moment turned intense. Voices rose, tempers flared, and security stepped in before it could go any further. No one is completely sure who fired the first shot verbally, but one thing was obvious. This wasn't friendly hype. This was pride colliding with pride. Two all-time greats, each protecting their legacy, clashing in a way boxing fans haven't witnessed in a long time. And when they finally sat across from each other, the tension didn't fade. It grew stronger. Once the cameras and lights came on, both fighters tried to stay professional, but the signs were there. Floyd wasn't in entertainer mode. No smiles, no jokes, no flashy persona. This was a serious Mayweather. Crawford, on the other hand, stayed calm and collected. He looked relaxed, focused, and unbothered. But make no mistake, he was prepared for anything Floyd decided to bring to the table.
That he'd been training every day, for years, every day in boxing. I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai. I'm traveling the world on my jet.
At first, the discussion was routine. Business details, contract talk, and the usual debate over pay and positioning. Nothing felt out of control until the conversation turned to one dangerous subject. Who truly stands at the top of this generation? That's when the tone shifted. Crawford moved in closer. Floyd's body language changed. And for the first time in a long while, Mayweather looked visibly annoyed. Not because he felt disrespected in the moment, but because he understood the real reason this matchup even exists. And so did everyone watching. This spark didn't come out of nowhere. It traces back to one comment that shook the boxing world. Canelo Alvarez publicly saying Terence Crawford ranked above Floyd Mayweather. From that moment on, everything changed.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
All it took was one comment for everything to blow up online. Crawford defeats Canelo. Crawford becomes the new face of boxing. And just like that, fans started saying something Floyd Mayweather has never tolerated hearing. That maybe, just maybe, someone finally moved past him.
Do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
It's the real spark. The one line nobody ever dares to cross with Floyd. That's why, at 47 years old, he's standing here, locked in on the most dangerous fighter in the sport today.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time?
Once the stare down wrapped up, the press conference took over, and the tension stayed right where it was. This wasn't the usual Mayweather show. No nonstop talking, no flashy performance. Floyd was locked in. This time, he wasn't selling a fight. He was defending history. Every word was about legacy. Because to him, this matchup isn't optional, it's personal. He's not willing to let anyone rewrite his place in boxing.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
You see Crawford on the opposite side. Calm, composed, completely unfazed. He looks at Floyd the same way he's looked at everyone else before him. Just another challenge. For Crawford, this matchup carries a different meaning. He's already taken down Errol Spence. He's already beaten Canelo. He's already silenced every critic who questioned him that he doesn't need Floyd Mayweather to prove anything. But he wants him.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Years ago, early in his career, Crawford would avoid that question in interviews. Whenever people asked if he could beat Floyd Mayweather, he didn't lean into it. He didn't sound certain. He didn't chase that comparison. But that was a long time ago.
You got to have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no.
Fast forward to today, and Crawford isn't avoiding the question anymore. He says he would defeat Floyd, even at his absolute peak. That single statement was all it took to ignite this rivalry.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
As the reporters kept firing questions, Floyd's frustration started to show. It wasn't about anything Crawford said at the podium. It was deeper than that. It was about what Crawford symbolized, that a changing of the guard, a new benchmark, a new name being called the best in the world. And that's something Floyd has never been comfortable accepting.
Where does he rank now, all time, ending this interview?
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The questions turn to Floyd's upcoming exhibition with Mike Tyson. And let's be honest, nobody is calling this a serious fight. It's entertainment. Two legends stepping into the ring for the payday, for the spectacle, for the moment.
Fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
But you can't overlook one thing. This is Mike Tyson. And if Tyson lets his emotions take over, it could get unpredictable. Remember, Tyson has never had much love for Floyd. Even though it's just an exhibition, things could get tense, maybe even dangerous.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Unless we're talking about Floyd. And listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all times.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather. So we're in there, was fighting low.
But here's the reality. No exhibition with Tyson compares to Crawford. You can see it in Floyd the moment Crawford's name comes up. Suddenly, the showman fades away. No more Money Mayweather, the entertainer. This is Floyd Mayweather Jr., the fighter who went 50-0, the man who's been contemplating a professional return. Floyd knows that beating Crawford at his age would silence every debate about greatness forever. And Crawford knows that even taking down an older Floyd still cements his name among the legends of the sport. This isn't just business. Crawford understands exactly how dangerous Floyd can be.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
After the Canelo fight, many assumed Crawford's career was winding down. He had already achieved so much pound for pound. He was at the very top. He defeated a bigger opponent that few thought he could conquer. By most measures, his legacy was already secure.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's asked to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought it.
But Crawford took the toughest road. He wants Floyd, not for the fame, not for the hype, but to settle the debate once and for all. He doesn't want fans saying he's great, but he never faced Floyd. He doesn't want lingering comparisons. He wants the final word, defeating the man who ruled boxing for 2 decades.
Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
On top of that, Crawford is a true competitor, one of the few left in the sport. He seeks real challenges, not easy matchups. Sure, he's facing criticism. People ask, why go after an older Floyd? Why not fight someone like Boots Ennis? And to be fair, that argument isn't entirely wrong.
I feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still very much in his prime.
For years, fans, fighters, and analysts have argued that Boots is the matchup Crawford should pursue. Why? Because Boots' style actually mirrors Crawford's, switch hitting, explosive, technical, and a threat from every angle.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people, pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
And it's not only the fans. Boots has been calling out Crawford constantly, eager for the challenge, eager to face the fighter many consider the best of this generation. But every time Crawford is asked about him, he shuts it down. He's not interested, and he makes it clear the fight doesn't move the needle for him.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win and fly in colors. A fashionate way, you know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because of your name and what you just accomplished.
Even so, the chatter about a Crawford versus Boots fight hasn't quieted. In fact, the more Crawford avoids it, the louder the speculation and debate become.
A fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and a fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Another name that keeps coming up is Virgil Ortiz Jr. fresh off an impressive performance. Virgil immediately called out Crawford. Oscar de la Hoya jumped in, hyping the matchup, promoting it as one of the biggest fights at 154 pounds.
Look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. Man, we're just gonna keep doing what I do best. You know, and that's just being me.
A prime fighter versus a legendary prime. This is the matchup hardcore fans dream about. But the reality is different. Crawford has already defeated Errol Spence. He's already beaten Canelo. He doesn't need a fight like Ortiz to prove himself that he's taking this matchup for the history books, not for competition. Boots? Fans call it a solid fight. Ortiz? They say it's a good matchup. But Floyd? That's a fight people will be talking about for decades.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
Looking at Floyd's resume, it's undeniably deeper than Crawford's. He was faster, his defense was sharper, and he had the luxury of picking and choosing his opponents. Especially after leaving lightweight, he cleared out the junior lightweights, then moved up to face Jose Luis Castillo. Many thought he lost the first fight, but he won the rematch. After leaving lightweight, he became strategic about who he faced and went to SO, even though his list of names is more impressive on paper. Some remember, but he avoided certain opponents at times. Crawford, on the other hand, has always sought every challenge, no matter what. That determination resonates with fans. Here's where it gets interesting. Crawford is bigger than Floyd. He hits harder. He's younger and more active. But the hardest part of fighting Floyd isn't landing punches. It's connecting it all. Crawford could dominate early, but Floyd could turn the fight into a defensive masterclass, frustrating the younger man and forcing him into mistakes.
Floyd beat everybody. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. Hit and not get hit. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he beat.
At the press conference, Floyd focused on legacy, wealth, and respect, what he's built over decades. Crawford, meanwhile, spoke about challenge, competition, and proving his place among the greats.
And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. Because I don't care if you write good about me, you write bad about me, just keep writing about me.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. And we want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.